Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be LiveWraith and stopufool, a PvT on Amygdala. It's a newer game, obviously, and a newer map. Top right is going to be LiveWraith, a patron of mine at falconpaladin@gmail.com. For $10 a month, gives him the right to send me one replay every month, and I'll cast it. No questions asked. The spinning portrait of the... I think you'd have to join a lobby and play with friends like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something, and then you got this nice Carbot logo that you can do spinning above your Nexus. In the bottom left, it's going to be stopufool. So, LiveWraith against stopufool, man. Excellent stuff here today for a Patreon cast. Yo, if you're supporting me on Patreon, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, especially now, because I'm unemployed and trying to live off of StarCraft streaming and posting videos. It's going well so far, but again, if you're supporting me for as little as $1 a month even, I appreciate you so much. Patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Or if you feel like supporting me here on YouTube, there's a join button down below where you can join for like $2 a month or more. And there are rewards that come with it. Again, $10 a month on YouTube also gives you the right to send me a replay once a month, and I'll cast it and put it on the main channel. 2 probes harassing here from LiveWraith. Okay, so, why? I guess 2 probes are better than 1 for harassing. Oh boy, so chasing that back. APM check, both players are at an average of 50 or 60 APM, but spiking up to 200 and 100 APM as they maneuver around here. A Marine is being trained, and he recalls the probes home. Holy smokes, is this a 3 Nexus before gateway here from LiveWraith? Yes, it is. Nexus, and unnexus. We've got 3 Nexuses before a pylon, even. At a gateway? Please make a gateway. Okay, a forge. All right. These are certainly shenanigans. That was the name of the replay. PvT shenanigans. Yes, I agree with you. These are certainly shenanigans. Stopufool, man. Scout. I beg of you. Scout. See that there are 3 Nexuses at 2 minutes. Marvel that there are 3 Nexuses at 2 minutes. And then stop the Nexuses at 2 minutes. Your name is stopufool. It's a 1 baser here from stopufool. We've got a barracks. We've got a factory. We are now checking to make sure there are no proxied gateways out around here. No weird places to start a cannon rush. Okay, excellent. And, oh, even scouting over here. This is a man that's been proxied, dude. Stopufool has been proxied before. Send the Marine across the map. Send it. Send it. Yes, we are sending it. No! No! Don't just scout for proxies. All right, so if LiveWraith can survive to, like, I don't know, the 6 or 7 minute mark, way ahead is LiveWraith. Double starport, okay. Upgrading to an orbital, oversaturating the gas on both geysers. There's an option that shows you if you're oversaturating, and I think it's on by default, but it's been so long since I've played a game with default settings, I don't remember what the default is. Maybe you have to turn it on? I don't know. So gateway, cybernetics core into another gateway and another gateway, saturating the gas correctly here, is LiveWraith. And despite the fact that they have 3 Nexuses, okay, there we go. So making 2 probes. I was going to say not making any probes with the Nexuses. Is this going to be a battle cruiser rush? A 2-port BC rush? It's a fusion core. 2-port battle cruiser rush opening on 1 base against a 3 Nexus before gateway. 3 Nexus forge before gateway. This is such a weird game. Let's see what happens. Let's see who wins here. I think battle cruisers are pretty bad against Protoss. I'm not afraid to tell you that. Not feeling bad whatsoever. Siege tank up to deal with whatever's going on here. Back in Protossville, we're making some stalkers. Cool. Siege tanks are going to be good against that. But Battlecruiser 1 being made, it's so much gas for a BC, man. How many Battlecruisers can you actually support off of 2 gas? Oh, I think this is good. There you go. Second BC. Let's see if we get another 300 gas before this BC is done. Man, he's oversaturating like he thinks it helps. Like he thinks you get more gas over time if you have 4 on the refinery rather than 3. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. I know you can oversaturate your minerals a little bit more than what this says. Like 18's actually okay. It doesn't have to be 16, and any more than 16 is bad. It's just, you know, that's what it is. But I don't think that works for refineries. So probe down here for LiveWraith. Zealot up here for LiveWraith, doing a much better job scouting. Well, sort of. At least out on the map what's going on. I still don't think he knows that there's not a second base here from stopufool. So, my goodness. Charge on the way. Sure, Zealots and Stalkers with charge. Not a bad way to play against a Terran. I like it. Charge is especially hard for players to deal with if they're of lower levels. Where'd that first BC go? He's moving. He's out. He's moving to the groove in here. High sec auto tracking on the way. Is there enough gas? Well, we're making tanks and we're making high sec auto tracking, so we're kind of stealing the gas from future battlecruiser production right now. Battlecruiser out there are 2 stalkers and a cannon that can handle these battlecruisers. This might just be a GG. I'm calling it. Although warp gate research is finished, so you can warp in some more stalkers as necessary in an emergency, which this would definitely classify here on Amygdala. Look at that beautiful planetscape down there. That is so gorgeous. Oh, it moves with us. Well, yeah, because the planet's ginormous and the space platform is tiny by comparison. Well, it's going to fly immediately into one of the cannons. Maybe don't do that, but that's tough because the cannon coverage is actually not bad. A dark shrine from LiveWraith. I know how to speak English. I'm good at it. Armory coming in. I guess for upgrades, he's made no further battle cruisers. He keeps spending gas on things like tanks. Which, sure, not going to say no to tanks. Big fan of tanks. Battle cruisers now accidentally scout. There's a 3rd base up. He doesn't know how long that's been there. How many stalkers are there? 5. I don't think 5 BCs can, or 5 stalkers can take down 2 BCs. Additionally, because, haha, we are going to juke around this area, and you can't catch us. 1 stalker dies. Beautiful. Pylon goes down. Not a greedy Terran player. I like it. He's just killing what he can. Pylons dying. Probes sort of dying. Not chasing. Just kind of staying out here on the edges, killing what he can. Not once the stalkers show up, he gets out of there. I kind of like this battlecruiser harass. Oh, no, he stayed too long. He stayed too long. Jump out. Jump out. Jump out, you fool. Oh, that jump out was so close. 6 hit points on said battlecruiser. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So 7 kills and 6 kills. Not bad. More tanks being added on. Marines coming in. Any upgrades for said tanks or Marines? No. We don't give them upgrades at all. Marines don't need stim or combat shield. They don't need medevacs or anything to help them. We're just making unupgraded Marines and unupgraded tanks. I mean, at least they get siege mode by default. You guys remember back in the days of StarCraft 2 where you had to research siege mode for tanks? There was a time that was the case. And then they really struggled against things like stalker rushes and blink stalker attacks early. And they were like, okay, fine. We'll give them siege mode. And then Protoss never won another game of TVP again. Okay, that's not true. That's not how it happened. But it kind of felt like it. Kind of feels like where we are now, right? Double Stargate from LiveWraith. Does he have any DTs? The man built a Dark Shrine. He did. He's got a Dark Shrine. Awesome. He's working on more cannons. He's working on the Stargates. I don't know if he wants Void Rays or what. Second base coming in from stopufool. Love a use of a sensor tower here. Can be salvaged now, and the radius of the sensing it does is smaller. And it's cheaper. So those are the changes in the current patch of the sensor tower. Templar Archives coming in. A proxied robo down here, which I don't think I've actually said proxied robo today. So that's my bad, but I love a Marine tank push out. Who doesn't like a Marine tank push out against Protoss? It's pretty strong, especially if they don't have any splash damage. Which, no, none yet. Templar Archives is almost done. DTs might get warped in. Oh yeah, DTs are coming in. Maybe some DTs would handle this. Dude, if you go, you're going to have a pretty good time. It's 62 to 36 in the army supply right now for stopufool. Well, he stopped. I guess he's talking to himself. He's talking about how much he stops. Another battle crew. No, that's Viking. Oh, he's going. And this third base of LiveWraith basically did some mining, little bit of mining, I guess, and died. So not a ton of value there, I would say. LiveWraith counterattacking. He scans in, sees absolutely nothing defending this except for 2 cannons and says, maybe we can go for this. But guess what? LiveWraith's army is on the other side of the map. He's charging into your front door with DTs, with charge lots, with stalkers. There's nothing here to stop this at all. It is a base trade. Let's go. Is anybody going to go home? Anybody going home? Dude, these siege tanks on the... Oh, with the missile turret. The DT's not having a good time at all. But everybody's locked outside. Quick, open the door. Let the SCVs in. Ah! Catching some friendly fire splash damage. stopufool is hanging out. He's hanging out and trying to defend the main base that remains. Void Ray, can it? No, it cannot get the command center. These siege tanks at the top of the ramp are putting in the work. 6 kills, 3 kills. Natural base is a disaster for the Terran, but natural base is very close to being a disaster for the Protoss as well. What calm energy do we have? We have enough energy for 1 scan on that orbital. There's a bunch of DTs here. Let's see how quick he is on the uptake to scan. Ready? We'll count the seconds down. Come on, stopufool. And now. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,004, 1,005, 1,006, 1,007, 1,008, 1,009, 1,010. Okay, so he doesn't have any reaction to the DTs at all. The Marines and the battle crews are doing some work. Let's try it again. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Hey, about 3 seconds on the delay. Marines, once again, unupgraded. Nope, they have combat shield and +1. Could be worse, I suppose. But man, those tanks dying, that was huge. Absolutely ginormous problems with those tanks dying. Battlecruiser jumps out of there. He can get out. It's a 1-basing Terran who is quickly mining out of his remaining minerals here at 12 minutes. So yeah, this is definitely some PvT for all time. DTs paying for themselves in a big way. Emergency morphed a couple into Archons. That was a really on top of it move there from LiveWraith. Because they were being scanned and they were going to die. I'm interested that this man doesn't believe in Stim as a Terran player. I'm really surprised he doesn't have that upgrade researched. Also, he's not building medevacs whatsoever. So I don't know what his plans are. But I guess he's retaking a second base. I guess he's going to try to bunker up and hard wall against further attacks. LiveWraith is taking a third base and a fourth base along the top side with their 27 probes. Not fully saturating the natural base yet, and a little bit of an oversaturation here inside the main. So pretty close game here. I mean, the problem is the tank's on the high ground, right? Killing this Terran player is going to be tough, just kind of marching in the front door. So maybe a Warp Prism in here, right? Warp Prism, this is a nice little open Warp Prism in zone. You could warp some stuff in and get on top of these high ground tanks, and then what would the Terran be able to do? I can't think of anything. There's nothing on that list of stuff I think he would be able to do. So a hush falls over the crowd. Let's ×2 this for a minute. If we're just going to hang out on opposite sides of the map and be too afraid to attack for a while, let's just, you know, get through this time in the game a little bit faster. Ravens being added in from stopufool. Little auto turret would be cool. Anti-armor missile always pretty good against Protoss too. Wouldn't say no to that. Little EMP action on those Archons would be neat, but that might be too much to expect here from stopufool. Although the man is making Ravens, which is a spellcasting unit, so ghosts are not a bridge too far for somebody who's already on this tech, right? Makes sense to me. Trying to send him out on an auto turret harassment mission, I would assume. Ooh, warping a DT in. Warping in 4 DTs. Ravens are like, wait a second. There's a warp prism down here. Let's see how long it takes him to realize what's happening. Here, where's the camera? Camera. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. You guys, come back. You guys come back and deal with this. Meanwhile, warp prism. Oh. Does he see that? No, his camera is here. He's going to auto turret it down, but guess what? No, don't lose the warp prism to a missile turret. Okay, well, it did die, but he did warp in a few more DTs. Oh, taking out the orbital. Dude, how is this Terran not dead right now? I must know. I guess the auto turrets are kind of doing awesome against these DTs. The orbital does not get lifted, and it dies. Then he recalls the DTs out of there. Awesome. Cool stuff. Auto turrets do not kill the robotics facility or this pylon, hilariously. But yeah, you know what a good answer to DT shenanigans is? A lot of Ravens. So I guess that was the plan. For detection purposes, right, you don't have to worry about scans if you have a Raven with your army. The tanks were a fine idea. I think continue making tanks, continue sending them across the map. LiveWraith needs to work on making a few more probes here. Got 4 Nexuses, got a total of 34 probes. But doing a pretty good job keeping the probes off of bases that are mining out and sending them elsewhere so there's more even saturation. So we'll give credit where credit is due. Robotic support base on the way from LiveWraith. We're going to go for some Colossus. We're going to go for some Disruptor play. Would be a little bit tough at this level, I think, to make Disruptors work. But Colossus are the lobby-friendly version of splash damage against Zerg and Protoss and Terran, let's be honest. Colossus is a pretty good unit no matter what. I guess unless your enemy is going, you know, straight up sky stuff, in which case Colossus are useless. But that's not what's happening here today. And if your enemy has a lot of tanks, maybe you don't want Colossus either, but the Marine count's pretty hefty. Do they have stim yet? No. stopufool forgot about upgrades. The man got high suck auto tracking, combat shield, and +1 for his Marines and was like, that's about it. I think that's all the upgrades one needs in a game like today. 81 to 58 overall supply. stopufool's looking big, but man, if these Marines had stim and some medic support, they would be 80% scarier. But these guys are barely upgraded. They have no stim. How scary are Marines that don't have stim? Honestly. Honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how scary are Marines that have no stim? Huh? Ridiculous. More auto turret shenanigans, but they're not that great. The auto turrets are kind of easy to kill. All right. Oh, man. That's not even dead airspace. If Archons can hit you, that is not dead airspace. That is space you can sit in, and Archons can kill you there. Extended Thermal Lance coming in. stopufool's really never been on much more than one base at a time in this game. In 20 minutes, not ideal. Once again, LiveWraith is not exactly making probes to saturate the new bases that exist, but hey, at least the Nexuses exist. That's a good step on the progress bar to success. Probes running away from expired assimilators to go somewhere else, like maybe here. Awesome. 10 points for that. Working on Psystorm, hey, and working on a fleet beacon too. All right. I don't know if we want carriers or void rays here. The Viking count is actually pretty nuts. Not that LiveWraith knows about the Vikings. Definitely has no idea that those exist. We've got a third base coming up left side here from stopufool. Thor's in production for the Terran 2. Not great against Protoss, but if the enemy doesn't have any immortals or charge lots, which there are charge lots here, so I don't know. LiveWraith's continuing to expand. stopufool's third base is 50% complete up this left side, and he takes down these rocks too. He also wants the gold base. stopufool, surprisingly, is only down 6 workers to LiveWraith. More workers. Fully saturate your expansions, I say. That is what I decree in this game. I like LiveWraith's expansion chutzpah, but let's get extra probes in here. Let's actually saturate these bases and get use from them. That's what I say. 101 to 78 army supply. Stopufool continues to have the bigger army. Continues to not believe in upgrades beyond the 3 that he has already gotten and has had for about 10 minutes now. Engineering bay coming in. Maybe that'll prompt him to get another upgrade for his Marines. That'd be nice. The man's making medevacs at least. Okay. That's helpful too. He's getting his giant death ball up with Battlecruiser Raven, Siege Tank, Viking, Thor, and now medevac. A bit of a motley crew here. It doesn't really have a rhyme or a reason to it, but sometimes at this lower level, just having enough stuff, more stuff than the enemy, even if your stuff doesn't necessarily cohesively make a ton of sense, it's not bad. It's really not bad at all. Well, we're sitting here at 36 to 30 workers. There are no SCVs in production. Oop, just fired up 3 probes right as I was starting that sentence, did LiveWraith. Excellent. Excellent, excellent stuff here from LiveWraith. Marines moving out. They found a probe to kill. Finding a pylon to kill. Hey, this is pretty productive move out here from these Marines. They didn't find this dude on the Zelnaga Watchtower for some reason. These guys found death. That's part of the reason we're not scouting all that much, is because death is a consistent issue here. And that guy's too fast. No! DTs are faster than unupgraded Marines without stim. Amazing. These Marines keep not killing this probe. It's very funny. And so LiveWraith keeps seeing them coming and then sends the DTs after them. Come on, Marines. Do it. Do it. Do it, Marines. No. Okay, not happening. Fine. Oh, gosh. Getting blasted in the face by an Archon beam of energy. Pure energy. And you just evaporate as a Marine. Terrible, terrible way to go, I would argue. I'm going to do one last check for upgrades. And, no upgrades for the Terran, dude. He's got what he's got. And it's not no upgrades. That would be so much worse, obviously. But good grief. Protoss working on some Tempests. I guess to kill the Battlecruiser, but Stalkers will do that just fine. There's really only one Battlecruiser. Archons will probably be here okay, too. Additional Stargates warping in from LiveWraith. Honestly, unstimmed Marines? I don't think... No, this is not an army you go carrier against. Not with the Thors, not with the Vikings, not with the Marines here. Even without stim. I mean, these guys are hitting pretty hard. Dude fired up a +2 attack. He's working on a +2 attack for his Marines. I don't think he knows what stim is, but he's giving them attack upgrades because that's a little bit easier for his brain to handle. So, are we just going to sack this? LiveWraith is thinking about sacking this Nexus. He doesn't really need it to win the game, I don't think. Look how beautiful this is. Marines, the muzzle flash lighting up their faces there, falling back, medevac doing some work. So weird to see that many Marines just not stimming. And it's not because he doesn't know how to stim. It's because he didn't research stim. Because he doesn't know it exists. This is a very, very odd standoff. These, again, not stimmed Marines just aren't that scary. They'll kill probes. Even army supply here, but... God, the Marines want the Nexus, but they're eating an absolute ton of Psystorm. Dude, we're using Psystorm like a boss. Yeah, man, if you're using Psystorm in a game of StarCraft, you're gonna win more often than not, for sure. Archon's kind of weird against Thors, but they get the job done. Thor is down, 84 to 32 army supply. It was about 125 to 125 before that started, and now it is a 50 supply difference in favor. This guy jumped over here, I guess, into Cannon Town, USA, and died. Battlecruiser had no upgrades. It was a tough look. So at this point, I think we just move across the map and probably win the game. It's 43 to 39 workers at 24 minutes. Protoss has fully saturated this base. And again, pulling workers off of expired, no mineral patches, expired assimilators is great. This base getting thrown up again. LiveWraith decides to sit and wait for a minute after absolutely crushing the Terran army. Just murdering it without compunction here. Then he decides to move out and get something done. So, here we go. Here we go. Forward pylon for warping in, I guess. There's enough supply available. Kind of struggling on gas. Which makes sense, really only on 4 simulators. And that's it. Stopufool GG's out. LiveWraith gets the win. In 25 minutes and 7 seconds. Huge resources lost 15,000 to 13,000. A pretty small resources lost number for a 25-minute game, but not a lot of stuff got made, it turns out. Yeah. Terran upgrades today. +2 attack, combat shield, and high sec auto tracking. I have never seen a Terran upgrade list look like that. In fairness, LiveWraith got extended thermal lance, Psystorm, Warp Gate, and Charge, which is a weird list of upgrades to get too, but I mean, all 4 of those are insanely important to Protoss. So, didn't get any attack or armor upgrades, but, behold the important stuff. Warp Gate, Charge, Psystorm was really important. The one Colossus on the entire map today had extended thermal lance. So that's nice. But yeah, end of the day, it wasn't exactly a great comp, but if you can kind of just sprinkle in High Templar Storm into whatever comp you have, you're probably going to get a win more often than not. And hey, what's StarCraft about if not for winning? Anywho. That was awesome. That was a fantastic showing there. Well done by LiveWraith for our Patreon cast. And that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And again, a Patreon cast. Thanks for sending in the replay, LiveWraith. Looking forward to another replay for the month of February. And if you open up 3 Nexus and get away with it again, then hey, you're going to win, I guess. So again, thanks for watching. You catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.